All right, it's this week's round of the 10-minute warm-up, and we're going to take this pretty heavily into the shoulders and across the upper back. So to get started, go ahead, bring yourself into all fours. And from here, bring your legs like you're coming to child's pose in yoga. So knees out wide, big toes pointing in toward each other. And then just keep your hands shoulder width, sink your seat down to your heels. And then once you sink down, bring your forearms to the floor, keep the elbows down. Now I want you to stay low here, so dig your fingertips into the floor, keep the elbows where they are, and just go back and forth. So bring your shoulders forward, try to touch your chin to the floor in front, and then just press back. And then bring it forward again, bring your chin low, and then press back. Again, come forward, bring your chin down low, and then press back, and now take it a little bit differently. Bring your shoulders forward, now lift your elbows, stay low, squeeze your elbows to your sides, and then press back and bring your elbows down. Again, shoulders forward, elbows lifted, pulling toward your ribs, stay low, and then press back. Again like that, shoulders forward, squeeze your elbows in, look forward. Press back, bring your seat to your heels. 2 more times, shoulders forward, elbows to your ribs, and then press back, elbows down. 1 more time, shoulders forward, squeeze the elbows in, and then press back 1 more time. And then go bring yourself up to all fours. And just move around here for a moment. Now, we're going to take this into a lopsided setup and twist. So you're going to feel this a little bit deeper in the upper back. So go bring the right forearm down to the floor. Right elbow to the side. Bring your right hand to center. So that forearm's diagonal in relation to the rest of your body. Slide your left hand back, elbow above the wrist. And then let's twist from here. So this is going to be like thread the needle. Inhale your left arm high. Exhale, left arm underneath and bring your shoulder to the floor. Inhale, reach that left arm up. And with the exhale, bring the shoulder down. Inhale the left arm high. Exhale, bring the shoulder down underneath 1 more time. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Now stay lifted. Now keep the right elbow down. Put the weight to the right knee. Step your left foot out to the side. And then pull the left shoulder further back and really open up your chest. Try to look back toward your left hand. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, bring that hand down, bring the left knee down, and come up to all fours. We'll take the other side. So when you're ready, come down onto the left forearm and stay in your right hand. Left elbow to the side, left hand moves to the center, so that forearm's diagonal. Slide the right hand back, elbow above the wrist, keep your chest down. Back and forth, inhale the right arm high. Exhale, right arm underneath, bring the shoulder toward the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, bring that arm underneath and bring the shoulder down. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale 1 more time. Bring the arm underneath, bring the shoulder to the floor. Inhale, reach the right arm high, stay reaching. And then put the weight to your left knee. Step the right foot out to the side. Left elbow still down. Pull the right shoulder back. Open up your chest. Look back toward the right hand. Take an inhale. With the exhale, come back to all fours. Now, from all fours, we'll take this into the wrists a little bit here. So from here, just go ahead and slide the hands in. So they're about 2 hands lengths forward, your knees closer than the usual, all fours. Palms down, rotate your fingertips to the side in the direction of your knees as far as you can go. Set your hands flat, spread the fingers wide, dig your fingertips down. And then bring the knees a little bit closer, but then bring them out wide like we started with. So knees a little bit wider than your hips. Now from here, bring your shoulders forward, bend the elbows just a little bit, and start to wiggle side to side. And with that little bend in the elbows, you're going to feel a deeper stretch move to the wrist. You don't have to go down too far. Keep gripping the floor with your fingers. And then just bring yourself into center. Keep the elbows bent like this. Just look forward and just move your legs one at a time. So bring the right knee past the left. Cross your legs. And then bring that right knee out wide to where you started. Bring the left knee past the right. You're still gripping with your fingers. And then bring the left knee down. Right knee crosses your left leg. And then set the right knee back down. Bring the left knee across your right leg again. And then bring the left knee down. 1 more round. Right knee past your left leg again. And then set the right knee down. Bring the left knee past the right leg 1 more time. And then set that knee back down. Come up onto the fingers. And down, sitting on your heels. Take a moment to shake your hands out. And once the hand's ready, bring your legs out from underneath. And come to a seat. Now I want to take this to a reverse tabletop from here. So feet in front of you, hips width distance, hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width. Palms down, fingertips forward, or you can always rotate to the side. Now just lift your seat up off the floor, and let's go up and down. Press your hips high, squeeze your glutes, and then sink back down. Lift your hips up and squeeze. Exhale, come back down. Press your hips up high. Sink this down again. Lift your hips, and then come back down. Press your hips high, squeeze your glutes. Sink back down. Lift your hips up again. And then lower back to the floor. Press your hips up high. And then come back down. Lift your hips up again. And then lower. Now press up one more time. Hold here. Keep your glutes squeezing. Keep lifting. Now you can look forward, look up, or hang your head back, but keep the chest lifting and your hips lifting up as well. Press into your heels. Try to pull them toward your hands and engage more attention to the back line of your body. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, come all the way down. Now once you're down, just take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. And I want to use this setup and take this a little bit of twisting. It's going to be pretty easy to start, and we'll make it a little bit harder. So feet about hips width distance in front, hands behind the shoulders, fingertips out to the sides. Lift your seat up off the floor and keep your seat low. Now from here, put the weight to your left hand, lift the right, and then lift your left foot and just touch the left foot with the right hand, hold here. And then come back to center. Now lift the left hand, touch your right foot, just hold. And then bring it back to center. Right hand to your left foot again, keep your hips low. Come back into center, left hand to your right foot. And then come back to center here. Now this time, right hand to your left foot, stay here. And then bend the left elbow, sink your hip to the floor. Press up to a straight arm. And then sink back down again. And lift back up. Bend the elbow, sink down. Lift up again. Bend the elbow, sink down. And then lift up. Bend the elbow, sink down. Lift up one more time. Come back to center. And take it on the other side. Left hand to your right foot, hold here. Bend the elbow, sink down. Lift up. Bend the elbow, sink down. Lift up. Bend the elbow, come down. Lift up. Bend the elbow, come down. Lift up. Bend the elbow, come down. Lift up. And come back to center. Switch it out. Right hand to your left foot, hold. Bend the elbow, sink down. Lift up. 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 Come back to center. Other side. Left hand to the right foot. Hold. Bend the elbow. Come down. Lift up. Bend the elbow. Sink 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 down. Lift up. Come back to center. One more round. Right hand to your left foot. Hold. Bend the elbow. Sink down. Lift up. Bend the elbow. Sink down. Lift up. Bend the elbow, sink down. Lift up. Bend the elbow, sink down. Lift up. Bend the elbow, sink down. Lift up. And come back to center. Last time on this side. Left hand to your right foot. Stay here. Bend the elbow, sink down. Lift up. 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 Come back to center. And sit down. Take a moment. Shake your hands out a little bit. And then take hold of your knees. Squeeze them into your chest. Lean back. Pull everything in tight and lift your feet up off the floor. But sit up tall. So close the gap at the hinge of the hips. This is compression here. Pull the thighs in to touch your torso. And press your low back forward. Stay upright. And as you hold this, go ahead, release your grip. Keep the legs where they are. And just bring your shins toward parallel with the floor. Now we'll take this further from this position to kneeling. So when you're ready, right foot behind your left leg. Roll forward, right shin down, left foot down. You can set your hands down, but lift up to kneeling, squeeze your glutes and press forward at the top. Pull back in, come down light, and then bring your legs back together, back to boat. Left foot behind the right leg. Roll forward, left shin down, right foot down. You can use your hands, but lift up, press your hips forward. And then come back down, back to your seat, no impact here. Legs together. Now, if you can, try to keep your hands up off the floor. Either way, right foot behind your left leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward. Pull back in, round your spine, legs back together. Left foot behind the right leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift. Come back down and bring it back into boat. Right foot behind the left leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward. Pull back in, back to your seat, legs together. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift. Pull back in, come all the way down, legs together. Right foot behind your left leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift. Pull back in, bring it back down, back to boat. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift up. Pull back in, come back to boat. One more round, right foot behind the left leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward. Pull back in, round your spine, legs together. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward. Pull back in, round your spine, legs together. And then cross at the ankles, come forward to hands, and come into all fours. Now, one more thing here, and we're going to come back into that lopsided setup that we had before. So bring the right forearm down to the floor, but stay in your left hand. Right elbow to the side, right hand comes to the center of that forearm's diagonal. Slide your left hand back, elbow above the wrist, keep the elbow pulled in. Step your feet back, bring your body into line, legs together, keep your chest facing down, and keep that left elbow pulled into your side. Now, without moving anything else, lift your left foot, bend the knee, bring the big toe down to the right as far as you can, and then come back to center, back to that plank. Lift your left foot, twist, left foot down to the right, and come back into center. Lift your left foot, bring the big toe to the right, back to center here. Lift the left foot, big toe to the right, come back into center. Lift the left foot, big toe to the right one more time, back to center here. And then walk your feet forward, hips as high as you can go. And just hold for a moment. Press that right hand down, keep the left elbow squeezing in. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bend the knees, bring them down to the floor. And come up to all fours. All right, of course, we got to take this on the other side. So stay on the right hand, come down onto your left forearm this time. Left elbow to the side, move that left hand into center, so that forearm's diagonal. Slide the right hand back, elbow above the wrist, keep the elbow pulled in. Now step your feet back, bring your body into line. Keep that elbow pulled into your side. And then let's take the twist. Lift your right foot, bring that big toe down to the left. Come back into center. Right big toe to the left side again. Back to center here. Right big toe to the left. Come back into center again. Right big toe to your left side. And then back to center. Right big toe to the left one more time. Come back into center. Keep the right elbow pulled in. Walk your feet in close. Bring your hips up as high as you can. Just hold for a moment. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, bend the knees. Bring them down to the floor. And come back up to all fours. All right, and that is the 10-minute warm-up for this round. Thank you very much.